Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with the third update for my Roulette pan collab, round number 7. So this is my 5th round doing this project. The first 2 rounds were made by Alexandra as well as Rebecca Morgan here on YouTube, and as always I will have them linked down below, as well as the playlist with everyone who's participating in this project. But basically this project entails of a list of different categories. You then choose 6 products randomly from that spreadsheet with all the categories, and that's how you choose your products. And this is also a rolling project, so once you finish something up you're able to roll something in. When I first started this round I still had a few items left from my original spreadsheet which had 50 categories in them, but I have since then used up all of those categories, so I have moved on to the new spreadsheet which was introduced into this round. So that new spreadsheet has 100 categories in it, and I think I have 4 from that list currently, and I may or may not roll some more items in from that spreadsheet later in this video. But that is basically the gist of this project, so I'm just going to jump into the products that I have. So basically I have 2 items right here that are from the original spreadsheet, and I'm going to start with those 2 because they have been in here since the start. So the first item that I have is this one right here, which is an eyeshadow from NARS, and this was part of the Christopher Kane collection and represents the category a limited edition item. The shade name is Outer Limits, and I'm going to insert a picture of where I was last time. My goal for this was to hit pan on it, and this, as you can see, is where I am today. So hopefully you can see there that I was able to hit pan on it. I hit pan on this quite quickly in this month. I think I only used this maybe like 2 or 3 times before I ended up hitting pan on it. And since then I haven't really used it much because I'm working on so many other eyeshadows. So that's why the pan hasn't really expanded much. But I'm super happy that I managed to hit my goal on this, and it is a beautiful eyeshadow. Like I said, I'm working on so many eyeshadows that I had to put this kind of on the side once I finally hit pan on it. But yeah, I did enjoy wearing this, but I'm also kind of happy to put it back into my collection. I'm gonna roll in some new items at the end of this video, so stay tuned to see what I replaced that with. The second item I have was for the category a product from a subscription box, and for that I chose my Bella Pierre loose highlighter in the shade Oasis Dew. So for this one I had a goal of using this 50 times, and in the last update I had used it 41 times, which meant that I had to use it another 9 times before this update. And I'm happy to say that I managed to hit my goal. I actually only used it 9 times, and then I decided to put this away because again I am using quite a few other highlighters that I rather wanted to focus on. So I am happy that I managed to hit my goal on this, and I've been going through kind of ups and downs with this product. For parts of the project I absolutely love this product and I enjoyed wearing it so much, but other times I kind of just went off it a bit. Currently I'm actually debating decluttering this because I feel like it looked beautiful on the skin, and that's why I loved it initially. But then just kind of the hassle of being a loose product, like there's so much product in the actual lid or like top bit of the product, so it's really difficult to use, and I feel like I can get definitely a similar effect from all of my pressed highlighters. So I am thinking about decluttering this one, but I haven't made up my mind yet. But either way, I'm really happy that I managed to get the 50 uses out of this product. So those 2 items are getting rolled out, which means that I have completely finished off the first spreadsheet, which is really exciting. And I'm now going to move on to the products that I have from the new spreadsheet. And the first category that I have is a product you bought because of hype. And for that prompt I ended up rolling in my Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer from Chanel. My goal with this was to hit pan on it, and I'm going to insert a picture where I was last time. And as you can see, this is where I am today. So I have definitely worn away quite a lot of this product in the middle, but I don't think I'm close to hitting pan. I can't really see through the product at all with the ring light shining at it, so I don't think that I'm close. I'm going to continue wearing this, and I actually really enjoyed wearing this product a lot. I'm wearing it today, and I think this has been quite helpful now when I'm kind of in between, and I think it's hard for me to find a foundation that matches me currently. So what I've been doing is I've been putting on my foundation, and then if I feel like I need to, I've been using this to kind of brighten up my skin and making me look not so pale. So yeah, that's kind of how I've been using it, and of course like I put this in the regular bronzer places, and that's how I'm wearing it today as well. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I'm not mad that I haven't hit pan on it yet because I am so happy to continue working on this. To be honest, I'm not sure I will be able to hit pan on this before the finale next month, but of course I'm going to try my very hardest. So we'll see in a month's time if I was able to hit my goal on this, but either way I'm just happy to have it in the project. The next category that I have is a guilty pleasure product, and for that I decided to roll in this palette right here, and this is my glitter palette with pressed glitters. And someone did mention in the comments last time and asked if these glitters are eye safe, and unfortunately they aren't, and that's kind of why I consider this a guilty pleasure product, because I do love wearing them, but you have to be extra careful because they aren't really eye safe. I am wearing one of this glitter today on my lid. I'm actually wearing the shade right here, which is the first one in the palette if you look at it this way. So this one I think is called Indio or something like that. Yes, it's called Indio. So that is the first shade, and basically with this palette my goal is to use all of these shades twice, and I have been doing quite well. I've used most shade at least once. There is a few that I haven't used yet, but I'm just going to go through the shades. And I'm also going to insert some photos of the looks that I've been wearing. I've taken a few photos of me wearing the glitter, so I'm just going to throw some of them in here just so you can get some inspiration on what kind of looks I've been wearing. So of course Indio I am wearing today, and I have actually hit my goal on that, and I have worn that twice. The next shade, which is Overpacked, I actually haven't used yet, which is this purple one right here. And then the next one, Castaway, I've used once, and then the last one on the first row is Light Show, which I have used twice as well. So I've hit goal on 2 of these shades in the top row, and I'm still working on the 2 middle ones. For the second row I have used all of these one time each, and the shades that I have is Hungry Ghost, Fire, Palooza, and then lastly Renegade. And then on the last row I have used most of these one time, and then there is one that I haven't used at all, which is Freebird right here. But the first shade is Bombaya, then we have Get Lost, and lastly Island Hopping. So I think I'm definitely doing quite well. I think I am actually exactly halfway through. So if I just keep up and wearing glitter as much as I have been, I should be able to hit my goal on this for the next update. But yeah, I'm really excited to play more with glitters, and it is kind of easier to do now when we're staying at home. But I have been finding most of these being quite easy to incorporate into more wearable looks as well. And of course glitters like Palooza or this one Freebird is a bit harder because they are very bright, but otherwise they have been quite easy to incorporate into everyday looks. The next 2 items I have are quite similar, because we have one which is a cool toned item and then one which is a warm toned item. The first one in the spreadsheet is a cool toned item, so I'm going to start with that one. And if you are an OG subscriber, you know what product this is, because this was part of my first ever project pan. And this is the Couture Mono eyeshadow from YSL in shade number 4. I didn't have very much left of this when I introduced it, but it's just been collecting dust in my collection, and that's why I decided to throw this in here. And I did have to repress this before starting to use it, so I'm going to insert a picture of where I was when I first repressed it. And as you can see, this is where I am today. So I finally used this item up. It is completely gone. I used this like crazy at the beginning of the month. I used it as a crease shade, I used it in my brows, and as a contour as well some days. So I actually went through this quite quickly, and it was a really versatile shade. So I didn't find it too hard to get use out of this one. And it is a bit bittersweet to finally be done with this shade, because like I said, it was part of my first ever project pan, and it's one of those products that I used to be fighting with forever. So I'm happy to be done with it, but I think I'm going to miss it in my collection, although of course I will not repurchase this, because the reason why I wanted to use this up was because it wasn't very unique as an eyeshadow in my collection, and it did really work really well as a contour, but I don't really wear contour shades that often, and I do have one contour shade left in my collection, which I think will last me for quite a while, because like I said, I don't wear it very often. So I will not repurchase this, but I will miss it just for nostalgia reasons. And then, like I said, the last prompt that we had was a warm toned item, and for that I throwed in my Coralista blush from Benefit, and my goal on this was to hit pan on it, and as you can see, that is where I was the last time, and this right here is where I am today. So again, I was able to hit my goal on this item, which I'm really excited about. So I did hit pan on this again quite early on in the month, and yeah, it's just super exciting when you hit pan on a blush, because as you all know, blushes take quite a while to use up. Of course, I did have a dip in this product already, so I did kind of expect to pan on it throughout this project, but I wasn't sure if I was able to do that this month, but luckily I did. So this is another product that I will be rolling out, and I do adore this blush. It's really beautiful, and I'm kind of sad because it is a perfect kind of summer blush as well, but of course I'm really excited to roll something else in, because that is the most exciting part of these videos. So this has been a mad month, and I actually hit pan on 4 of my items, which is insane, especially since I've been only wearing makeup maybe a third or even maximum half of the month since I've been staying at home. But I'm gonna go ahead and randomize 4 new categories and pick out the items to roll in for next month. So of course we have categories 1 to 100, and the first category will be number 72. So category number 72 is a color you're always drawn to but rarely wear. The second category that I'm rolling in is number 15. So number 15 is a product with a food or drink in the name. The third category will be number 23. So number 23 is a product from a brand that is only available in your country. And then the fourth and final product will be number 33. So the last category that I rolled was a product or category that you've had before. So I'm gonna go and choose my 4 items, and I will be right back. So I'm back and I have selected my items, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you them. I can't remember which order I drew them in, so I'm just gonna go in the order they are in the spreadsheet. And the first item is a product with a food or a drink in the name. For that item, I decided to select my Becca blush in the shade Wild Honey. I haven't used this much, and I think it's a beautiful shade, and especially since I'm panning a few colorful eyeshadow currently, I thought this would be a good one to throw in because it is quite neutral. Again, I haven't used this much, so I definitely don't think I'll be able to hit pan on this in a month's time. So because of that, I think what is reasonable to do, especially since I'm not wearing much makeup currently, is to say that I want to use this 15 times before the finale. I think that's kind of feasible for me, and yeah, I think that's going to be my goal. So 15 uses is my goal on this item. Then the next item is one that I had a really hard time with, and that is a product that is only available in your country, or a product from a brand that is only available in your country. So obviously I'm currently living in the UK, and I initially thought that I would pick something for the UK, but honestly I think most things from the UK are available elsewhere, even if that's just one country or a few. So I decided to kind of branch over to Sweden, which is where I'm from, and I decided to go with that. I did find a product for a brand which I think is not available anywhere else. However, I know it's definitely available in the rest of Scandinavia, but I decided to throw it in anyway because it is the closest I could come to this category. So for that, I decided to throw in an eyeshadow from Isadora. So Isadora is the brand, and this came from a palette. It was like one of the kind of skinny black packaging, with like I think 4 eyeshadows or 5 eyeshadows in it. If you're from Sweden, you probably know what I'm talking about. And this is one of the eyeshadows in there. So with this, my goal with this will be to try to pan on it. I don't think I will be able to do so, but of course I will try to. And this is kind of a cool toned medium brown, so I thought this would be a good one to throw in. And that is it swatched on my hand as well. I will swatch Wild Honey just quickly to show you what that one looks like. And there you have Wild Honey blush as well. Like I said, it's a very neutral blush. I feel like it's coming up a bit more brown on camera than it is in real life. It's a bit more kind of orangey peachy. I think maybe that's more accurate. So the next category that I have is a product or category that you panned before, and for that I'm actually throwing in one product that I've had in this project previously, I think actually twice, and that is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. So this one I've had in before, and I have successfully panned one of the items right here. But what I will do is, as you can see, I have panned on the lighter shade already, and then the second one, or like the third one right here, is one that I haven't really touched much, or I flattened up a lot, but I don't have pan on it yet. But my goal with this would basically just be to get as much use out of this product as possible. If that means using it up, I don't think it will be, but if I can, of course I will. But I always try to get as much use out of this product as possible. I mean, it's not very fun swatches, but there you have those two shades as well. Then the final category is a color that you're drawn to but rarely wear, and as if I didn't have enough eyeshadows to pan, I decided to throw in a palette. So the color that I chose was green, and I decided to throw in my Lock palette from Collab. I recently bought this and I have played around with it a little bit, but I haven't worn it much. And it is kind of funny because, as you may know if you follow my Pan Those Eyeshadows project, I am actually panning a green eyeshadow in there. So I have recently worn a lot of green, but in general I've been drawn to green eyeshadows, especially, or like, yeah, green, but especially green eyeshadows for such a long time, but I rarely ever wore them. So I just wanted to kind of pick that shade because I feel like that's the one that is most accurate. Otherwise I was thinking about purple, but I was always more drawn to wear purple rather than green, so that's why I decided to go with green. And what other kind of green thing to pick than this palette. So that is what I decided to go with. I haven't really set a goal on this yet. Maybe just to reach for this palette 10 times in the next month, kind of for any shade. I think that would be my goal. I was thinking if I wanted to try to hit pan on anything, but I don't think I'll be able to do so with everything else that I'm working on, especially not in a month. So I think reaching for this palette 10 times in the next month will be a reachable goal for me. So those were all the categories that I decided to roll in. We'll see how many of these I will be able to hit my goal on for the finale. But either way, I'm just excited to be working on some new items as well as being part of this project. But if you did like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Otherwise, I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!